Alright, let's look at some area, volume, surface area and volume. Here's some formulas that you'll need to know, and we'll get into more details of these, but this is a good reference sheet to our formulas. Sides are the same. This is our square. Side note, if you don't know what all of these shapes are or what they're called, we might want to review that first. This is a square, so our area is our side squared. Go back to our formula, our triangle. Area of our triangle is 1/2 base times height. Our parallelogram area is just base times height. And that is shown here. So we've got 1/2 times height times the base 1 plus the base 2. So I'm going to take this number and add it to this bottom number and multiply by the height and divide it. So our area, remember, of our circle is pi times r squared. So if we're doing a semicircle, the area review, this should all be a review for you of the area of all these things. So going back, first shape is our square. We know it's a square because all this. So area here is side. Let's do this. Side squared. And our side is 8.5. So area is 8.5 squared. And do the math, that's 7.72.3. And one thing I want us to focus on here is one rounding to the nearest tenth, which is our 0.3 place, and then also making sure we're putting our units. It is feet given by our image, and when we're talking about area, it's feet squared. Alright, our triangle. So this is our base, and this noted right here is our height. So we've got area equals 1/2 base times height. So 1/2 times 15 times 21.3. And when I do the math there, it's 159.8. My units is meters, area is meters squared. This shape is our parallelogram, and we know that because this side at the top is the same as the side at the bottom. So our base is here, and our height is noted here. Note on this one, if this side had been given, that would not be our height, okay? So area equals base times height, so 12.9 times 7.1. The math on that is 91.6 inches squared. Okay, this one, this shape, is our triangle 2. So we've got 1/2 base, not base, half height times base 1 plus base 2. This is base 2, this is base 1, and this is our height. Note that a lot of our heights are shown with dotted figures. These slants, any slanted lines right here like that, are not heights. So we have 1/2 times 16 times 19 plus 27, 368 centimeters squared. Alright, this is a semicircle. It's just area equals pi r squared, but this time we're going to multiply by 1/2 or divide by 2 like we've been doing. So our radius is 17, 1/2 pi times 17 squared. Remember pi, we're just going to use 3.14 in order to get all the same answers. 453.7 feet squared. These questions here are going to be working backwards. So we've got a triangle, so I'm going to go ahead and write 1/2 base times height. So let's label our information in our word. A triangle has an area, so this is our area, 45.5 centimeters squared. Has a base that measures 14. Find the height. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to plug these into my formula and solve for my unknown variable. So 45.5 equals 1/2 times 14 times height. Easiest way of doing this, let's see, is this is 1/2 times 14, which is really 14, divide by 2, 45.5 equals 7 each, and then divide both sides by 7 to get h of 6.5 centimeters equals our height. Same thing, parallelogram. What is our parallelogram area? Area equals base times height. So our area is 160.5 inches squared and has a height of 7.5. So I'm going to plug that in. Equals base is what we need to find. Height is 7.5. So all I'm doing is dividing both sides by 7.5, and I get 21.4 inches is the base. This last question here, you want to paint your deck, and here's the image of your deck. The dimensions of the deck are shown. If 1 can of paint covers 72 square feet, how many cans will you need to purchase for 2 coats of paint? Alright, so we first need to find area, and this is the area of our trapezoid. So area equals 1/2 height times base 1 plus base 2. So this is base 1, base 2, and this is our height. Remember, this out here is not our height, it's just the slanted side length. So 1/2 16.5 times 14 plus 24, and that gives me a total area of 313.5 feet squared. Okay, so 1 can of paint covers 72 square inches. So square feet. So I have 313 square feet. So the easiest way of doing this is just dividing my square feet by 72, and that gives me roughly 4.4. So for 1 coat, we would need roughly 4.5 cans, but we are 4.4. We need 2 coats, so times this by 2, that is 8.8. We would need to round up, and we would need about 9 cans of